Scarffy, big news today. 4 new signings for the football club. Tell us about them.
These committee, obviously the chairman's over and had his discussions with Robbo and Grant and Aaron yesterday. Brilliant news for the 4 boys. Very well deserved. It's something that I've got sort of strong opinions on, if you like, and so has Robbo in terms of giving the younger players a bit longer to develop. I think we'll certainly get more players through into the first team longer term if we can give them a little bit longer than making sort of final decisions when they're 18. And the 4 boys in question certainly deserve an opportunity to work with their coaching staff for a longer period of time, and I'm sure we'll get the rewards from that.
What 4 boys are they, or are you keeping us in suspense?
The 4 boys, we've got Jack Friend, Johnny Edwards, Harry Anderson, who obviously the supporter we've seen recently make his debut, and then Toby Adebayo Rowling, a boy who we took in from Eastbourne, who used to be at Brighton, who Robbo brought into the club earlier on in the season. Today
must emphasise just how successful the youth side of the football club has developed, because it's vast, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. Certainly my time here, the 5 years that I've been here, we've always talked about making improvements year upon year, and we certainly, we strongly feel that we have. There's no question we make sort of big strides each year, and this is great news for all of us, all as coaches. Great news that we're going to be taking some of our second year scholars on for another year, 2 years, whatever their deals are going to be, and to be able to work with them and develop them further, because we certainly feel that they've definitely got much more development left in them.
Yeah, what does this mean for the lads? Because signing pro doesn't mean you're going to go and play in the first team week in, week out, does it? What does it actually mean?
Not at all. I generally think that when you turn 18, you don't get many at 18 who are going to go and play week in, week out in the first team. So there's lots of development left. Some of them, for example, are physically still growing. So it just means that they've got the opportunity to carry on working, to carry on developing, to develop their abilities and themselves as players and as people, to get to the stage where they can go and play in the first team week in, week out. And there's lots of ways in which we can do that. Obviously we play in the 21s games, and they'll play in that. We'll be looking at maybe times where we send them out on loan to play in what we sort of term as men's football, really competitive football, sort of conference level, maybe even League 2. Lots of ways in which we can develop them and support them. And like I say, ultimately it's going to benefit them and obviously the football club long term.
They must look at the likes of Cozzy and Joe Newell.
Absolutely.
And see that it is actually possible, because to some out there in other bigger football clubs, they may not get these opportunities, but here we like to give the kids the opportunity, don't we? If they're good enough, they'll play.
Exactly, if they are good enough to play, we just need to be mindful that, like I say, it's very rare that we're going to get one that's going to play at 18 week in, week out. We need to be mindful of that they're still in the development stage of their career, really. And they do see Cozzy and they do see Joe, and they do see how they've kicked on since they turned pro. And they're great case studies for us at this football club. To use with those boys, and they've got a lot of hard work ahead of them. It's the start of a new chapter, but there's a lot of hard work ahead. But they'll be thrilled. They'll be absolutely thrilled, and they're good lads with really good attitudes, and they'll carry on working hard.
Everything seems to be going right at the moment. With this step up that Robbo's taken, you've now taken over the under-18s. And it's 2 out of 2 for you, isn't it? So it's all over the football club that it seems to be clicking.
I've certainly in my role, I've known the boys a long time. I've not been really around on match days because I'm off sort of watching opposition and whatever. So it's been lovely to work with them during the week and then on match days as well. And it's not really about the results, it's about the performances they've put in and the way they apply themselves every single day, and I've really enjoyed it. They're a really good group of boys to work with, and we've got good groups coming through below as well. It is exciting in terms of the youth side of it and the players that we're developing. It's quite exciting times at the minute.
And you see, as you just said, you see these lads all the time, week in, week out. How just how far can these boys progress? The likes of Harry Anderson, the likes of Jack Friend, the likes of Johnny Edwards. How far can these boys go?
I don't want to I'm one that doesn't want to sort of raise the bar unnecessarily for them, but I do see a lot of League Two football, conference football. I see a lot of under-21s football, and these boys are good players, and giving them the patience that they deserve in terms of their development over the next year or two. There's no doubt in my mind that a number of these players can go and play in our first team and be successful.